Okay, here we go, and it's time for the Concept 12.2 video. This is a B problem, which means you'll have a chance to do this one more time. Here's what they tell us. Bill the landscaper mixes his own fertilizer. They give us a chart to show the amount in ounces, and the first thing they ask us to do in part A is to graph the values. So the herbal vita, they have put along the bottom. They've made that the X value. And the weed killer they've put up the side. They've made that the Y value. So when we graph this, we know that 7.5 units of herbal vita take us up 5, and 15 units of herbal vita take us up 10. I'm just going through the table. And 22.5 ounces of herbal vita take us up to 15. And 30 ounces of herbal vita take us to 20. And finally, 37.5, right between 35 and 40, takes us to 25. And then we're going to complete that by drawing a line through it. And that line, remember, lines go in both directions until they either go on forever or until they're stopped by something like an axis. And so there is our graph. The second question is the amount of herbal vita proportional to the amount of weed killer? And the answer is yes, this is a proportional relationship. How do we know that it's a proportional relationship? Well, let's scroll for a little more space. Couple things. If we look at the graph, we see that it created a straight line, and that line went through 0. So that tells us it's proportional. Another way we know it's proportional is if we look at the relationships of the numbers. So since the herbal vita is on the bottom, it's going to be our independent, the weed killer our dependent. So if you take 10 and divide it by 15, 10 divided by 15 simplifies to 2 over 3. If you take 20 and divide it by 30, it also simplifies to 2 over 3. And in fact, let's take the largest one, 25 divided by 37.5. Well, 12.5 goes into 25 2 times, and 12.5 goes into 37.5 3 times. We have a consistent constant of variation. In this case, our constant of variation is 2 over 3, or 0.66 repeating. That would be the decimal value for 2/3. So we know that this is a proportional relationship based on either the graph or finding that constant of variation. All right, you're going to see a question like that again, so be sure you check your paper against this answer and you bring your questions to class.